I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my creative healing course is filled with hours of exclusive content. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about always forgiven.
May or may not be good.
Yeah, we're going to be doing an email coaching today. I'm going to be sharing one. And it's got some interesting stuff that happened. I just want to let you guys know that if you want to get our help personally, you can do that on my website, AskCraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype, and of course, Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
If you feel that I can be helpful, please sign up.
And of course, she's always helpful.
Thank you.
So this email coaching was from a woman in her mid-40s, and she was dating a guy that was in his mid-60s, and they met at her job. She said, "I felt an instant attraction to him the day that we met and asked him to go for a drink.
Wow.
Turns out we were both at the end of a long, tumultuous marriage and both ended up divorcing. His wife was living away from him in another city for some dream job that she had wanted. I would not say our relationship was the reason for either of our divorces. However, I do feel like being with him gave me the courage I had been lacking to proceed with ending my failing marriage, and I still feel that divorce was right for me."
That's good.
Several weeks after initially a meeting, he seemed to have a change of heart and blocked me.
Well, that's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, that's pretty intense, right? All of a sudden, he just blocks her?
Yeah.
I don't like it. It was pure misery. I was so upset I could hardly function. After a month, when I had decided he wasn't coming back, he texted me and we picked up back where we had left off. It felt so good to be with him again that all was forgiven.
Oh no. Did she ask for any explanations or processing?
Doesn't sound like it.
You're back. Okay. Great.
She was just so happy to have him back. She didn't really think about the consequences of, and really give him any consequences for what he had done.
Right.
Right?
So it was easy. He could jump right back in.
Yeah. And so I feel like when you allow that somebody to do that to you, they kind of lose respect for you.
Well, the message is you can walk all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're not going to really value you or your time.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. She said, "We have remained together off and on since then. However, this sudden breakup thing has happened again at least 4 or 5 more times."
Oh, he's avoidant, I think. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
And he's just coming out of a marriage.
Yep.
Remember, they both were.
Sure. So they're both grieving still, probably.
But if she keeps taking him back like this...
The message is he can do this anytime he feels like it.
Yeah, there's no consequence, right? So she said, for as little as a weekend or for as long as 5 to 6 weeks, he has seen other people during these breakups.
Oh.
So there's probably a good chance that for some of these breakups he had met somebody else, decided he'd rather pursue that, doesn't work out, he goes back.
Yep.
Which, when it's happening this often, we're at, she said 4 or 5 times, may have been more than that.
It may have been.
It's hard to build any trust or foundation there.
Right.
Right? It's almost like he gets bored or afraid of getting too serious.
Bingo.
And needs to shake things up. Yeah, I agree. Recently, things had been great, and we were even talking about moving in together.
And then he disappeared.
But I went through his phone and caught him in a lie about going out with someone else. Mm-hmm. He told me we were done and blocked me. Mm-hmm. Same as every other time, and we have been through much worse fights than this, so I'm having trouble accepting that we are done like he says. Well, aren't you angry at him?
I was just going to say, aren't you angry? And if not, why not?
I mean, this is...
You're not being treated well here.
6 times already now, probably. Yeah. And he was lying to you. He's probably been talking to other people through most of these other breakups. Sure. I don't think he's been ready.
No, he's
for
not ready
a long-term
relationship.
No. I have 4 kids. They're older. And they're all close with him. He has 2 grown children that live out of town. One of his sons won't speak with him at all, and the other one won't have anything to do with their mother for reasons that have never been quite clear to me. So
this sounds like a disaster.
Is looking really bad.
Oh, yeah.
We've got one child that won't talk to him, and one that won't talk to the mother, and probably the father either, right?
Right. That's the sense I get. So all was not well there. Tumultuous, I think, was the word that we used, at least.
It seems, my gut tells me there was probably abuse going on.
And nothing says that he can manage relationships over time.
Yeah. Yeah. She says, zero communication. Doesn't even know she has grandkids. Can you imagine?
So what are they talking about?
No. One of his children, the mother won't talk to the mother.
Yeah.
His ex-wife.
I get it. One son won't talk to her.
And she doesn't even realize that she's a grandmother because her son won't talk to her.
This is no way healthy.
No, this is bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
Right? I mean, that screams abuse to me.
That does to me, too.
Very odd to me, but he doesn't like to talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
I have previously begged, cried, and even done the handwritten letter with our other breakups. Somehow we have always ended up back together. I feel like I have worked on myself through counseling and have acknowledged to him that I have a tendency to be needy and anxious, but I address it and I'm working on it. Yeah, but what about what he's doing? It seems way worse to me.
Right, why are you taking this on? Yes, you sound anxious, but good heavens.
We were basically seeing each other 4 or 5 times a week and now nothing. My anxiety is terrible right now. Do you think there's a chance to work this out? Thank you. I love your channel. Well, wow. Margaret.
Wow.
To me, we don't have all the information here. No. It screams abuse.
It screams abuse to me, too. And beyond that, something that they call parental alienation. Mm-hmm. So not everybody's speaking to both parents.
Yes.
So, and one may have more loyalty to one than the other, and that is a bad scene.
I get the feeling that her ex, has a better relationship with the children than the mother does, which makes me feel like the mother was probably abusive to everybody, and maybe and there was some toxic stuff going on in the home.
Sounds like there was toxic stuff.
But he doesn't want to talk about it.
This guy doesn't sound like any prize to me either.
No.
Lois knows what he did to the mother. He may have cheated on her through their entire marriage.
Yeah. So, I wouldn't even consider getting back with this guy, especially if you don't get that story.
Right, exactly.
She needs to know what happened in that home.
That's right.
That their kids don't even want a relationship with their own mother.
Right.
Because that tells me it was really bad.
It must have been terrible.
So, I'd be really, really careful proceeding with this guy for several reasons. Number one, I feel like there was an abusive environment that he was a part of for many years. I don't know if he was abusive or not.
Absolutely.
But it's very concerning. And the other thing, Margaret, to me, the other main issue here is that he has left this woman, it sounds like about 6 times.
Yes, which is emotionally abusive in my book.
And it sounds to me like many of those times, if not all of them, there were other people in the background that she didn't know about. And then he probably keeps coming back when it doesn't work out with them. Right?
Right.
So it's become a pattern. And I think that if you tolerate this and don't really make him earn you back and show you he's really, really going to work at this, you know, he's going to keep doing this to you and hurting you.
And they have a good time together, and then he lies, either implicitly or explicitly, you know. I mean, you don't know what he tells her. It's over now, I really want to be with you, or I don't know yet, or who knows.
Yeah, yeah. But I think if she keeps pursuing this guy, she's going to get hurt.
I think she already has gotten hurt.
Yeah.
And he sounds truly avoidant to me in the sense that he can't tolerate a close relationship, obviously, and he doesn't have a track record of it. But he can probably do short-term relationships just fine, which is what he keeps doing.
And we also have to remember that he had just left his wife to be with her, or to at least start dating her.
Yep.
I mean, I wonder if she'd considered if he had been having affairs on his wife before.
I hope she did, because I bet he has.
I get that feeling too.
Yeah. So, and you know, you always have to ask that question, is this person over their prior relationship? Many times people think they are, but they're really not.
Yeah. And oftentimes people just don't tell you the whole truth of why people break up.
But I think you make a really good point that she needs to know the truth about his whole story in order to make an informed decision of whether or not she wants to be with him.
Yeah, and unless she gets that, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Absolutely not. And every time we hear about the really fast, instant attraction, it usually doesn't have a happy ending.
Well, there are a lot of red flags here.
Oh, yes.
Okay? And I know that whatever it is about this guy makes you feel really great when he comes back around again, but then look at what he does to you.
Yeah.
And then
every time.
And he drags you through hell.
Every time.
You must feel horrible when he keeps doing this. And we have no evidence that he's going to fix this or do anything different.
No, we don't hear him making any promises to do this or that, suggesting that he go to therapy or you go to therapy together. We don't hear any of that.
Yeah. So, you know, you have to respect yourself enough to say, I'm not doing this again. If you want to talk to me about what's really going on and you want to get, you know, some help for your issues and you're ready to tell me about your history, then we can talk about things and take it slow. But if she doesn't get those things, I would walk away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is by now emotionally abusive. Right?
Yeah.
And he has to know how upset she gets.
He just doesn't care.
Apparently not. That's what his behavior says.
Yeah. He just cares about, oh, I'm alone again. It's not working out with these other women. I go back to her. She takes me back.
Yeah.
And you make it easy for him.
Right.
And he's not going to respect you, you know?
Right. He's not going to respect you.
You're going to be a doormat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And she's working on being anxious in therapy, but that means it's more like she's blaming herself. I shouldn't be so anxious. Well, he shouldn't be so avoidant and secretive either.
Yeah, I felt like she was really blaming herself here,
yes,
too.
Yes, and wanting him to... I'm working on my anxiety that makes me take you back,
and that she's
abusive.
Yeah, that she's needy. She says, I have a tendency to be needy.
Right.
Okay, that may be true. We're not saying that you didn't do those things. But from what I'm reading here, it sounds to me like he was the majority of the problem here.
Absolutely.
And yes, maybe some of your behaviors did push him away. We're not going to say that that's not possible. But I'm looking at the big picture, and his behavior was way, way worse than yours. Right?
Absolutely. He's abusive.
Yeah.
Emotionally abusive at this point.
Yeah. So you got to think about yourself, your own needs, and what it would take for him to show you that he's willing to work to get you back. Okay.
And the instant attraction can also be a red flag. Because unfortunately, what we've found out, when you get this instant connection, it's like, I've known this person forever, that they remind you of someone in your family of origin who may not be as healthy as they look.
Yep.
Okay? So beware the really fast attachment and start. It feels wonderful. It's one of the most exhilarating of all human experiences. But I had somebody tell me this week that they'd listened to us enough that they know it's not a good idea.
Yeah,
and that you should take it more slowly.
Take it slow.
Yeah.
Take it slow. And if he comes back again, take it extremely slow. Take a turtle moving in slow motion and then move it at half speed.
Slow it down a little. Yeah, and I mean, she can also say, can you give me a reason why I should take you back?
Yep. And hopefully he says something along the lines of, you shouldn't take me back. You're right, and I don't blame you.
Yep, that's exactly what he should say. Mm-hmm. And that at least would be a beginning.
Yeah. Tough situation, and I'm sorry you're going through it and that it hurts. We're here if you need us, of course. If you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Of course, Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
If you feel that I could be helpful, please sign up.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.